In some ways, Leiter's interpretation clears up a kind of puzzle about the standard story. The standard story seems to make law a prediction about what judges and juries are going to do. But at first glance, this makes the judge's decision in particular kind of puzzling. So the judge has to rule on a point of law. The standard story would seem to imply that judges are making predictions about what other judges are doing. And some people might ask, well, wait a minute, how can we say that a group of people is going through a procedure of making predictions about what the other people are doing? Right? If everyone's just making predictions about what other people are doing, we might say, well, wait a minute, there needs to be some other sort of criteria or standards there. Right? Suppose someone says, okay, I've given you a bunch of choices of paintings. Now, I want you to choose which painting, or predict which painting most other people are going to pick. And I'm going to say, by what standards? Do you mean the most beautiful, the most valuable, the most artistically valuable, etc.? Right? It seems like there needs to be a standard there that people are predicting other people will judge by. In a way, Leiter's interpretation answers this question or resolves this puzzle. Judges are aiming at something like what they think the general standards for interpreting key terms and principles are in society. And in a sense, we could even construe that in terms of predictions about what judges are trying to do. You might think this: if we're going to have a precision for a decision-making procedure in society, we want it to be predictable. That is, we want people to be able to know with reasonable certainty ahead of time whether or not their behavior is illegal, so they can decide whether or not to take the relevant risks. Okay. So if the aim of judges is to try to get a consistent set of judgments in relevant similar cases, then it makes sense for them to think, okay, well, how are most judges going to rule? Or that might just be a substitute for what does common sense seem to apply, or what seem to be the generally accepted standards for understanding how to apply these principles, terms, etc. in society.